Agent in Peril by Alex Gerlis. The Wolfpack Series Book 2. Read by Duncan Galloway. The Wolf. The wolf makes a perfect spy because it is such an adaptable creature, able to function equally effectively within a pack or on its own. It isn't uncommon for a wolf to travel long distances away from the pack, often as far as 500 miles. It may have to do this to find a partner or in new territory. Sometimes the wolf will travel long distances through hostile territory to escape danger, but on other occasions it will make such a journey in the full knowledge that it is walking towards extreme peril. But whether in its home territory or having traveled, whether in a pack or alone, the wolf remains a formidable creature, its intelligence and resourcefulness easily underestimated. The wolf will operate from the shadows, its glowing eyes seeing everything, and its ability to spy undiminished. Part 1. Prologue. Poznan, Poland, June 1938.
That little man over there? You mean to say that's him?
Professor Roman Loszynski did his best to ensure the group of men talking about him didn't realize he could hear them. He was far enough away for them to assume that, but he objected to being described as little. Certainly another 2 or 3 inches would do no harm, but he'd always assumed he was near enough average height. Yes, General Brigady, sir, that is him.
Good Lord, I wasn't expecting him to be one of them. He looks like a tailor.
I can assure you, sir, Loszynski is one of the finest. Loszynski missed the last few words and turned briefly to look towards the men, an innocent smile playing across his face. The fact that he could hear them from so far away was due in part to the fact that the wind on the apron at Poznan-Ławice Airport was blowing strongly in his direction, carrying their words an unlikely distance. The wind and his mother. She'd died when he was 7, and he'd only ever known her speak in little more than a whisper. Her legacy to him was that from an early age his hearing had become unnaturally acute. His childhood nickname had been Nitoperz, the Bat. The group was walking slowly towards him now. His friend, Major Witold Szymanski, was in front with the General Brigady, the man Witold warned him about, the one who'd just described him as one of them. He recalled Witold's warning. He's one of the most important men in the Polish Air Force, Roman. Please don't be put off by his manner. You'll find he's blunt, and he has old-fashioned views.
You mean he doesn't like Jews, Witold?
Don't worry, Roman. As soon as he hears about our project and your role in it, he'll be fine. You just need to be calm and not rise to his bait. The group came closer. Major Szymanski, the Air Force Marshal Roman had already taken a disliking to, Roman's good friend, Lieutenant Stanisław Markowski, 2 men from PZL, the leading aircraft manufacturer in Poland, and Roman's colleague from the university, Wojciech Piotrowski, doing his best to keep in the background as usual. Sir, may I have the pleasure of introducing you to Professor Roman Loszynski from Poznan University. Roman, this is General Brigady Stanisław Wisniewski, Air Vice Marshal of the Polish Air Force. Wisniewski nodded at the professor, who reached out to shake hands. Professor Roman Loszynski is one of our most brilliant Polish academics in the field of electronics, sir. The Air Vice Marshal huffed. Do you mean one of the most brilliant Polish academics, or one of the most brilliant academics in Poland? There's a difference, you know. That may well be the case, sir, but Professor Loszynski is proving to be of enormous help in critical aspects relating to the development of the PZL-37. More specifically, sir, he is responsible for some of the most important work relating to the bombing capability and effectiveness of the new plane. Major Szymanski paused as another aircraft taxied near to them, and the group huddled closer to shield themselves from the noise and the draft. General Brigadier Wisniewski nodded, not taking his eyes off the professor, trying to work out how much he trusted him. "It's too noisy out here," he said eventually, as if annoyed that should be the case on an airfield. "And the wind," said someone else. And Szymanski remarked it was an ill wind, and the group laughed in a knowing manner, because that was all people talked about these days, the ill wind buffeting Europe, particularly from Germany and coming towards Poland. The country had only been independent since 1919, and a constant topic of nervous conversation was how long it would remain so. How long would Hitler allow it to remain so? They adjourned to the boardroom where the walls were covered with diagrams of the PZL-37 in various stages of development. General Brigadier Wisniewski settled himself in the leather chair reserved for him and lit a large cigar and accepted a glass of vodka from a tray being passed round the room. He made a joke about not drinking and flying, and everyone laughed, some rather too enthusiastically. As they settled down, Roman Loszynski noticed the group had been joined by the airport manager, a rotund man called Konrad Lubnauer, who had a habit of appearing where he was least welcome, like this meeting. He was a member of Poznan's sizable German minority and spoke with that distinctive accent. Lubnauer sat at the end of the table next to Lieutenant Malkowski. The tray of vodka glasses was alongside him, and he leaned over to help himself to first one drink and then another. Szymanski asked one of the men from PZL to give a brief update of where they were, and repeated the word brief as the man pushed his chair back noisily and stood in a formal position, an officer addressing his troops. He spoke of how the PZL-37 had been in development since late 1934, and early prototypes had been made during 1935. Progress had been good if one took into account the inevitable ups and downs of aircraft development, and in June 1936 the first flight of the PZL-37 prototype had taken place successfully. "You mean it didn't crash?" The Air Vice Marshal laughed and asked for another vodka to be passed to him, and the man from PZL looked put out that his carefully prepared presentation had been disrupted. "Indeed, sir. Production of the PZL-37 commenced soon after that, though we continue to modify and improve the aircraft. As you can see from the diagrams and photographs, sir, the PZL-37 is a twin-engined aeroplane, designed as a medium bomber, constructed from metal. It has a four-man crew. We now feel—" "Perhaps, General Brigadier, if I may," said Major Szymanski. "What you want, Szymanski, is for me to commit the Air Force to ordering God knows how many of these planes, which look nice enough, without us being sure of exactly what benefit they'll be to us." Major Szymanski indicated to Lieutenant Malkowski to pass another vodka to the Air Vice Marshal. "We are extremely impressed with the PZL-37, sir. We believe it has the potential to be one of the most outstanding bombers in the world. We are of the view that it is far in advance of any comparable aircraft. In the current difficult situation, sir, we would all agree that it is vital that Poland has every means at its disposal to defend and protect itself, and this aircraft would give us a significant advantage. Its standard bomb load is 20 bombs, totaling 4,850 pounds, though we're hoping this load can be increased to around 5,700 pounds. Even with such a payload, the PZL-37 will have a speed of around 250 miles per hour and a range approaching 1,600 miles with—" Major Szymanski paused to catch his breath, and everyone round the table watched General Brigadier Wisniewski. He nodded his head, and Roman Loszynski thought he heard him mutter, "Impressive." "And the purpose of today is to fill me with vodka so that I agree to the Polish Air Force buying hundreds of these wonderful aircraft, the most marvelous plane in the world?" "The purpose of today, sir, is to appraise you of an important development in connection with the PZL-37, which we think can help ensure it is the most effective bomber in the world." "That's quite a claim, Szymanski." "I know, sir. An important feature of the development of military aircraft since the end of the Great War has been the way aircraft have been designed with specific roles in mind. Broadly speaking, this means fight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?